Tess, aka Huffleclaw.Bookie, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the Back from BookNet Fest tag. So, Njeri from Onyx Pages started this tag, and I will link her video and the playlist that she created with the tag, and then her channel in the description box below, so you can go ahead and check her out. So, Njeri came up with 10 questions that are related to BookNet Fest, whether it was the event itself or how we felt about going back, and the venue and everything like that, so I'm going to be sharing with them for you. So number 1 is explain your BookNet Fest experience in one word. I would definitely say amazing, because I had such a fun time seeing everybody again, and it was just so much fun. I loved every second of it, and it was definitely worth the drive and the Wawa stops, because I kind of made a tradition last year to stop at Wawa on my way up there, so I can have breakfast before I'm ready, and I bought 2 big bottles of water that lasted the entire day. Number 2 is what was your favorite panel and why? And I chose small platform, big platform because it is really useful to get advice and input from creators with both large followings and small ones. I would have loved to hear Christine discuss this on the panel, but unfortunately she was unable to make it this year, so hopefully she will be able to make it next year because I really want to meet her. Number 3 is what is the most interesting thing you learned? And honestly, I learned a lot of interesting things at BookNet Fest this year, but I think one of them was that there is a newsletter or website called the BookTube Daily Reader, which I will link the information in the description box below. And basically it sends out like an email or a newsletter that gives you new BookTube channels to follow and watch, new tags that people are making up, and a lot of other like playlists and stuff and trends that are going on in the BookTube community. So kudos to everyone who is behind that, because that must be a very daunting task, and honestly, like, that's incredible. You guys are doing awesome. Were there any conversations that you had at BookNet Fest that you think we should keep talking about as a community for the rest of the year? Absolutely. There were a lot of really good points brought up at the Classics and Modern Reader panel with, I know Haley was in and a few others, but a lot of the time I noticed, like, in schools, that we had a big discussion about classics in schools, and honestly, like, I was one of those, I guess, one of the many people who read a lot of classics in English class and stuff like that, and honestly, that kind of discouraged me from reading certain classics, like Shakespeare and stuff, because I couldn't understand what it was, like, what they were saying a lot of the time. But sometimes when we read Dracula when I was a junior, that really made me interested and want to read it even more. Dracula is my favorite classic. I love vampires, and so when I read that one, I was instantly hooked because I'd already read Twilight and I was already reading Vampire Academy, and I loved that series so much, so I'm really glad that we were able to read that. One thing that I wish that schools would start doing is teaching more modern YA. Books like The Hate You Give would be amazing if they were taught in a school, because I feel like, I haven't read it, but I feel like there's a lot of content that could go really far in schools with this upcoming generation and teenagers and everything. And it could possibly be that book that sparks a new reader, because every reader has that book that got them into reading. Whether it's, you know, a classic like Dracula or Alice in Wonderland, or it's a newer book like Even Again But Better, or Harry Potter, or anything like that, or like Percy Jackson. So I feel like, you know, teaching a good mixture of classics and modern young adult books in English classes in high school and even middle school would be an excellent addition, because then people could understand, like, what literature was popular at that time and even what literature is popular now, what teens are reading now. Number 5 is what was your most memorable moment? For me, that was the prom. So I was only able to attend on Saturday, and honestly, I'm so glad I attended Saturday and not Friday, because I wouldn't have been able to go to the prom, and I had so much fun at prom. It was insane. Sam and Mari did an amazing job planning this event this year, and all the volunteers did an excellent job planning it, and the prom, I couldn't have asked for anything more fun. To wrap up the weekend, I couldn't have asked for anything more fun and more enjoyable with newly found friends and friends I met last year, and even meeting online friends in real life for the first time. So the prom was definitely fun, and especially since a whole group of us went to Waffle House afterwards, and it was so great, like, because there's a Waffle House like 2 minutes away from the Caribe Royale. So we all got to go to Waffle House. And where I grew up in New Jersey, and we don't have Waffle Houses up there. So I never got to live the tradition of going to Waffle House after prom. This was a great way to fulfill that tradition. So I'm really glad that we were able to do those things. Number 6 is, in what ways does BookNet Fest contribute to the book community? And this one is a huge one because I noticed that a lot of events, I feel like as a smaller content creator in the bookish community, whether you're an Instagrammer or you're a booktuber or you're on book Twitter, you're a blog or anything like that, it can feel really hard to fit in with larger creators at events. And BookNet Fest has done an amazing job of blending everyone together, so you don't know. Like, you don't look at somebody and say, oh my goodness, they have 200 followers, or oh my gosh, they have 100,000. And you don't see those kinds of numbers when you're at BookNet Fest. Like, you just see book lovers. And it's just like, nobody is a number, nobody's a statistic, nobody cares about any of that stuff. It's like, you're all there for the same reason that you love reading books, you love writing books, you love something about books. And it's an amazing way to just bring everyone together and remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing on social media, basically. It's an excellent way for everyone to connect, and it's also a really good networking event for newer content creators. And you can also get advice from those who have been on the platforms for a long time. You can get tips like, oh, how do you edit your videos so amazingly? Or what filters do you use for your photos? Or how do you get so many people to read your blog? And everyone is so nice and willing to help you out with your journey. And it's just absolutely humbling. It's incredible. I love being part of the book community, and BookNet Fest is honestly the best book event to go to for your first one. BookNet Fest 2018 was my first ever book event, and I don't think I could have chosen a better one to be the first. And also, it's conveniently located in Orlando, and there's so much to do in Orlando. You have Disney, you have Universal, you're a short drive from any of the beaches, you are a short drive from Tampa, so you have a lot of options in Orlando itself, and even outside within an hour's drive. So I feel like they chose an amazing location. It's very easy to get to. It's very accessible for a lot of people. And also, there's not very many events here in the Southeast anyway. You have YALLFest in Charleston, but there's nothing like this far down in Florida that's very well known. So I'm glad that BookNet Fest is getting a lot of exposure through everyone going to it. Number 7 is to show your swag. So up here I have my badge, which is turned upside down. Up here I have my badge from this year, which I would get it down, but it's kind of hooked to my lights. I am not going to show my full book haul because I'm waiting for my vlog next week to show off all the books I got, but I will show off 2 of them. Between panels, I happened to start talking to Alexa Dawn, who is the author of Brightly Burning. And I started getting into discussion about Brightly Burning because I just started it and I'm not that far into it, but so far I love it. I've never actually read Jane Eyre, but I really like this retelling of it, so I think after this I'm going to pick up Jane Eyre. But she gave me an arc of The Stars We Steal, which is her new release that comes out in February. I'm super excited to read this. Ever since she announced it on Instagram, I've been wanting to pick this up and read it. But like I said, it doesn't come out until February of 2020, so thank you so much, Alexa, for giving me this arc. And then one of the sponsors for BookNet Fest was a publisher called Little Bee Books. Only the Stars Know Her Name was one of the ones that they had given them to give out free copies of, and so I'm really glad I picked this one up. This one takes place a year after the Salem Witch Trials, and honestly that's all I really know about it, but I'm already intrigued and I'm already adding this to my October TBR. Because I love reading spooky books in October. It's supernatural and everything related to witches and vampires and everything like that. So I'm super excited to pick this one up. And number 8 is to shout out content creators who have inspired you at BookNet Fest. And honestly, there are so many. Where do I even start? I'm going to start with Sam and Marina's because I've been watching them on BookTube for a couple of years. And I really love their content. I love them on Instagram. They're so fun. They're so nice in person. And also Caitlin is amazing. She has amazing Instagram posts. And Alicia, they do amazing Instagram posts. I will link everyone's YouTube and Instagram and Twitter in the description box below, so you can go ahead and follow them. But it's also Teresa. She's amazing. I met her last year and had dinner with her. And we also met up at Waffle House this year. It was so much fun. And also Alexander from Cat Fairy. So we are now friends on Facebook, and it was amazing seeing her and hanging out with her all day. Also Alexa Dawn, you should totally follow Alexa on Instagram because she is amazing. Her feed is so beautiful. Number 9 is there anything you would want to change about BookNet Fest? I don't know. I don't know what I really change about BookNet Fest because I really love the event the way it is now. And I'm sure like farther down the road as we come into the next few months, I'll probably think of things that I'm like, oh, I should have said it in a video. But as of right now, my mind's kind of blank. And then number 10 is share your prom pictures or any pictures you took from BookNet Fest, which, like I said, I am going to be saving a lot of this content for the vlog that's going up next Thursday, but I will insert my prom pic, the prom picture and the gift that we made right here. So guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up and go ahead and smash the subscribe button. And if you went to BookNet Fest 2019, I challenge you to do this tag. I will link everything you need to know about the tag in the description box below, where to find everyone. And also, if you plan to go to BookNet Fest 2020, please let me know. I would love to meet. I love meeting new book people, new book friends. I've got a couple goals that I want to achieve before then, so I will discuss them probably in March as like a halfway point between then and now.